Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Guess what? Today, we're going to make another recipe on the label. Aren't you excited? This is a pack of ranch salad dressing and seasoning mix, and the recipe on the back of the label is Santa Fe soup. And most all of the ingredients are going to come from Aldi. And I will also have a little price breakdown to show you how much each item cost, each ingredient cost. Well, at this point in time anyway, because, you know, that's subject to change, right? So, and this says to do it on the stovetop, but I'm going to do it in the crock pot. Okay? All right, so stick with me. You don't want to leave. It's going to be exciting. Well, as exciting as recipe on the label can be. Okay? Okay. All right, so come on, let's get in this kitchen. Oh, wait, I'm already in the kitchen. Let's get to fixing the recipe on the label. Okie doke, I took out the big bowl because I want to show you what the ingredients are in this recipe on the label. It's one package of ranch salad dressing and seasoning mix, 2 packages of taco seasoning mix, 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of corn, and 1 can of pinto beans. It takes 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm only going to use 1, and I'll explain this in a second, because honestly, I think 2 pounds is just too much, but that's just me. And it calls for a can of tomatoes. So I am going to use some tomatoes that I grew in 2020. That's the last that I have in the freezer. I'm going to use those. And I'm going to use those instead of canned tomatoes. I'm going to use some canned pinto beans that I did, and these are seasoned. I'm going to use an equivalent amount that would be in a can. Now, this is interesting. This hamburger was $1.99 at Quick Trip. Yes, 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 that's a gas station. And I grabbed it because I had grabbed 5 tubes, and I thought that this was taco seasoned ground beef, but it's actually cooked ground beef. It's already cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and use this in the Santa Fe soup. So if you don't have this and you just have regular ground beef and you want to go with what the recipe calls for, which is 2 pounds, then you just follow the directions on the package. And I will do a picture of this package and insert it. You can stop the video, do a screenshot, and you'll have that recipe as well. And I know that Tuscan Garden will not mind one bit if you buy their package of seasoning, ranch seasoning, and use the recipe. Okay? All right. So, and we need 1 onion. So I'll be chopping that onion up. And as far as I know, that is all for the moment that goes in that soup. Oh, and I forgot to bring them up. Takes a can of kidney beans. Oh, wait. Look at there. There's the kidney beans. Now, this gets put in. I'm going to put it on the crock pot. If you cook it on the stove according to the directions, it's like 2 hours. I'm going to put it in the crock pot on high for 3 or 4 hours. And you can do it however you wish, okay? So let's get going. And we're going to put this together And I don't think it's going to take very long. Hey, real quick, before I put this soup together, I just wanted to do a price breakdown of these particular items. The taco mix, now, most everything is from Aldi's. Not everything, but most. The taco mix is 43 cents. The ranch mix is 43 cents. The kidney beans, and in actuality, all the beans, are 53 cents. The corn is 49 cents. The tomatoes with the green chilies is 68 cents. And I priced just regular canned tomatoes from Aldi. It's about 60 cents. So I am using my own homegrown tomatoes, so you can factor that in. The burger, the taco mixture was $1.99 a pound. And of course, I've got my own pinto beans, which are actually pretty cheap. But if I were to buy a can of pinto beans, those beans at Aldi would be 53 cents. Okay? Now, because I'm only going to use a pound of ground beef, I am only going to use one package of the taco seasoning mix. And I think the reason why the recipe says 2 packages is because the recipe is based on 2 pounds of ground beef. So we will dispense with one of these, and we're just going to, and plus, this meat is already seasoned with taco seasoning. So, and my vines are seasoned too. So I don't know. We'll see how that works. I priced the onion out because I buy my onions in bags at about 15 cents for this one onion. So, there you go. There's the prices as close as I can get them for you. And I think I did say that the corn was 49 cents. So, close as I can get, it's the best I can do right now, but I hope this helps. Okay, now I'm going to assemble this soup. Now, according to before I get to that, I just wanted to show you that this brand that I'm talking about for remember that taco meat I said I accidentally bought that was already cooked? It's called Dos Rios. And it says cooked beef taco with taco sauce. So I just wanted to show you that. Let's see what it looks like. It smells really good. I've purchased seasoned ground beef before, but never this. So like I said, that was a mistake. Also, I didn't realize when I picked up this is called Jen's Family Table, fully cooked, heat and eat Sloppy Joe. So this is going back in the freezer. I just wanted to show you that I guess they do make it because here's proof right here. And this is also a pound. So, according to the instructions, I am supposed to, for the recipe, I'm supposed to brown 2 pounds of ground beef with 1 chopped onion, then drain and add the packet, etc., the other ingredients. So I am using 1 pound of ground beef, and I am using 1 seasoning packet for the tacos. Now keep in mind that is cooked seasoned taco meat. So there's no point in my cooking it, and so I will not be cooking the diced onion with the ground beef separately per the instructions. So that's the beauty of recipes, that there's most of the recipes you can kind of tweak them a little bit to suit yourself or what you have. So I'm going to put the onions in here. What this effect it'll have on the outcome, honestly, I don't know, but frankly, I don't think it's going to have much of an outcome because it's in the crock pot. All right, now then, I'm going to, I think I'm going to put the, what should I do? Put this in next? I think I'll put that in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. I'm trying to think. So I'll just break that up. I'll just have to wash my hands when I'm done. This does smell, it smells very nice. Wouldn't this be a time saver if you could get it at your local Quick Trip or wherever they have it for when it's marked down for $1.99? This would be a real time saver, wouldn't it? When you're trying to get dinner on. So when I go back in there again, they have ground beef on sale again. I'm gonna look for this. And I'm looking forward to the Sloppy Joes because I think they will be good as well. Hold on, let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. Now then, I'm going to put these tomatoes in. Now, remember, these are the ones that I froze, and these are the last of those. Instead of measuring those out, I'm just going to put them in because I'm going to guess it's probably close to a can, probably a little bit more. I don't think it matters all that much. And so I'm going to put in the corn, and the instructions tell me that I am supposed to put the, all of these canned goods go in with the juice. Evidently, that's going to make it soupy. Now here's the black beans. Those onions with the green chilies smell really nice. And the kidney beans. I've got my smaller crock pot, so I'm hoping I don't overflow. All right. Now, for my own canned pinto beans. Because I canned these up, honestly, I couldn't see any sense in buying a can of pinto beans. I can pinto beans quite frequently when I run out because they're cheap when you buy them dry. And they are, I like to season them. And I think I showed you how I use these pinto beans and make my own refried beans. Pretty easy. I think that was in a couple of videos ago. Quite a bit of juice in that. And some beans. Hang on here. I think I'm going to grab a few more beans out of this jar. There we go. Awesome. Now, I'm going to get my big spoon. I'm going to mix it up. After I put in the ranch packet and the taco sauce packet. Now, I'm not sure, after I get this started, I may have to stir it a couple of times when it starts to come to heat. Wow, that's pretty full. I guess I could have used the other crock pot. I just thought I would grab the smaller one. Just for the heck of it. This smaller one takes up less footprint on my countertop, which some of you know, I don't have much countertop. But that's okay. One of these days, I will show you a picture of the kitchen that I left when I sold my home to downsize. You will be a bit shocked, I'm sure. All right, that's the taco seasoning. It's going in. Get this stirred up. I think this is going to be really good. I don't know. I'm kind of loving the fact that that taco meat is already cooked. Oh, I don't know. I might get spoiled with that. But honestly, I wouldn't pay more than $1.99 for it. I don't like to pay more than $1.99 for a hamburger. in any way, shape, or form, but that is just me. You can do whatever you like. Everybody has different ideas of what costs too much. Everybody has a threshold, and you have to meet yours, right? Right? And I have to meet mine. Okay, now I'm not going to put any salt in this because I think probably these packet ingredients probably are salty enough. Let's see. Yep, I think there's plenty of salt in here. Okay. So, this is going to go in the, my crock pot here. Oh, that's a lot. I think this is going to be very nice and freezable as well. I hope. All right. Since the directions are for stovetop and I'm going to use the crock pot, I'm going to set it for, I think I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to put this on high for probably, I'll check it around 3 hours and then see where we're at and then go for 4. But keep in mind all of the ingredients except the onion and the tomato, basically, is cooked. So let's see what happens, okay? I think it's going to be really good. Our Santa Fe soup is done. Now, I have had this in the crock pot for 5 hours on high. So, depending on your crock pot, it may vary. Or, according to the directions, you can cook it in a kettle on your stove for 2 hours, it says. But I want you to see... That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think it smells really good. So I'm going to spoon some of this out, let it cool a bit before I taste it because I really, really want to taste this. All right, I'm going to have a bite and see what this tastes like. It really does smell good. Kind of smells a little bit like chili, but it just smells like tacos. Hang on here. That's definitely that good taco flavor with a little bit of the spice from the green chilies and that can of tomatoes. And there's kind of that underlying taste of the ranch, but it's not distinctive. It's just a nice spice. And if you look, it's soupy. Let me try it again. The corn is good in there. It adds a little bit of sweetness. And that taco meat is good. Yep, I would definitely buy that again. Good. Now then, I don't see why you couldn't put cheese on this if you wanted to. You know, put some condiments out when you serve this, such as cheese, sour cream. How about some corn chips or tortilla chips? Something like that. Honestly, I just don't know why you couldn't do that. And that would really, really be delicious. Now, I want you to see how much this makes. This is the size of the crock pot. Okay? And this is how much soup is in there. That's a lot of soup. That is a lot of Santa Fe soup. So, that's many servings of soup. So you can calculate pretty much how much that would cost you. Okay? All right. Listen, I hope you give this a try. And I'm kind of glad because you know what? we've tried the recipe on the label. Isn't that awesome? I like it. This is really, really good. I'm going to have plenty of soup and soup to give away. Isn't that great? That's fantastic. All right, listen. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this could just easily be a vegetarian or a vegan soup. Just leave out the meat because this has lots of very nice beans in there for lots of good protein if that's your concern. Okay? All right, listen, I love you guys. If I can do it, you can do it. And as always, just remember that little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.